Greetings and welcome back to another episode of WesteroSCraft Walks. I'm your host, Chris the Gardener, and I have a guest with me. He's been on this channel before.
Hello, I'm the Medieval History.
Yes, Glitch is back, and you're gonna like what we are going to be taking a look at today. This is the final castle we are going to be taking a look at in the Riverlands before we move on to the Vale of Arryn. You all wanted to see Derry, and I know you really wanted to see Derry.
I did, yes. I definitely did.
Yes, because it's ancient.
Yes, for server standards, of course.
Yes. So,
as memory serves, this was built one of the earliest projects on the server.
Yeah, it was actually finished not long after the twins, if you can believe it.
Huh. I can. Believe it or not, I can believe it. Yeah, so we're in a little walled pathway to through wheat fields that takes us up to the gate of the castle, which is quite roundabout. I also would like to point out that you can't actually get into the wheat fields. You kind of just have to walk over the wall.
I think there were supposed to be some, paths leading to the wheat fields. Okay, on this side, actually, maybe, because, yeah, I was thinking about the ones on the outer side. I didn't think about these ones here, so, yeah, these would be some really interesting fields to get into.
Yes, this would be fun. You just step up and in.
Imagine when
it's got a nice little staircase.
I mean, imagine you have to collect the harvest from that field. That's gonna be fun.
That would be painful. Okay, so heading up to the main gate here. The House Darry in canon, it has never been the richest house. Of course, before Robert's Rebellion, they were quite a bit more powerful than they are in our timeline, which is set during the main series. They've been reduced to basically a middling lord, only a few hundred men-at-arms compared to their thousands that they had in the time of the rebellion. But that's what you get for picking the losing side. But their keep has always been, relatively speaking, humble. It's not overly grand, overly large, overly prosperous. It's a nice middle-of-the-road castle in canon.
Yes. I think definitely, if anything, this build captures that. So
yeah, if nothing else.
Yeah. So here we are in the only ward of the castle. Yeah. We got
just the outer wall and then the main buildings.
Yep. We got the stables over here. Pretty small stables. And we got this, by comparison, really large chicken coop. I think this is a chicken coop.
I'm pretty sure it is. That is a, shall we say, opulent chicken coop.
Yes. Or it could be kennels. Oh wait, but then why would there be grain back here?
Yeah, that's a bit questionable. Although I also suppose, well, there's a door in the side too.
Oh, there's a door?
Yeah, I didn't notice it before. But there is a door in the back.
Huh.
Maybe this is where they come and get the eggs.
Probably.
It certainly looks like a chicken roost because they've got actual roosts.
Okay, so I guess this is
given the grain and stuff.
Got some stairs that go into the wall. The towers, they don't have anything in them. They're just towers.
Oh yes, the completely empty towers. All four of the corner towers have nothing in them. Let's go take a look at one.
Oh, yes.
Just to prove our point.
Yeah, so, I mean, we got stairs going down to the bottom floor of the tower. Actually, might as well just take a look. Yeah, just goes down.
Yep, there's a floor here. This is one of the towers of all time.
Yeah, why do I get the feeling that S&P built this? Because the stairs feel
I
like the
don't
ones in
know.
the twins.
They do, but it's also quite a common staircase design in early castles.
Well,
So I
early
wouldn't
Minecraft
ascribe it to a
castles.
particular builder.
Fair
Well, yeah,
enough.
yes, sorry. Yeah, early castles on the server tended to do that quite a lot.
Yep.
So
So
we've got a bit of hay for the
yes,
horses here.
got some grapes and the God's Wood. Like you're loving this right
Derry,
now.
I'm not. Derry does not have a canonical God's Wood if memory serves, though I'm not opposed to the castle having one on the server because the absence of proof is not proof to the contrary. But the execution certainly does leave something to be desired. I love that I can hit my head on basically every single tree. And
Oh, you're gonna love all the doors.
well,
Well, let's
I'm used
move
to it.
on to the rest of the castle. So here we have the training yard. So here are some dummies.
Here we go.
Yes. Dummies and the armory down here. This is a really chunky suit of armor.
For reference, we usually build these out of anvils or walls now, but of course they didn't have that option back when this was built.
Nor did they have the cycler tool.
No, yeah, that certainly limits them. This is kind of interesting, the rack of spears here. It's an interesting way to pull it off.
Yeah, these are short for a spear. Unless, yeah, it's short for a spear unless, like, these are not spears, and this is just, like, some bars to pull them back, or, like, protect something else.
Potentially. Yeah, possibly. So we head up here. We got the actual sleeping quarters.
Yes. Lots and lots of bunk beds.
Yeah.
Got some more over here.
They certainly squish you in. So we got a passway above the gate below, and then more rooms with more bunks.
Yes. Do you just want to go down this side since we're already in this building?
Yeah. Down here you got a little bit of a common room. I don't know how you're gonna fit all of the guards we saw upstairs at this table, but I'm sure they can find a way. Oh, this is a thing you see a lot in vanilla builds.
Yes, the pistons.
The extended piston to create a table. Whereas now we actually have a custom block that is just a piston head.
Yes.
Which works very well as a replacement, but then again, they didn't have that back then.
Yeah, there's a lot. Like, I think the one of the eating areas in the twins had like a whole rack, like a whole row of like 2 by, I think it was like 18 piston blocks, like that. It's a whole thing.
Something like that.
Yeah. So now that we're on the other side of this, there's the training yard. There's a small cart here, really chunky wheels. And it's right next to the granary. I know you're going to say something about this silo granary.
A little, yeah. It's the exterior concept is kind of right. Like, having a granary up on stilts was a very common thing, though they did not do silos in the same way. There was usually just a staircase up, and you just walked in and put sacks of grain. The other thing is also, the sand kind of represents ground flour. If you look up in there, actually, there is sand in there. I believe it is meant to represent ground flour, which is a pretty common misconception. They actually stored the raw grain and then would only grind it when it's nearly time to bake it into bread, because it keeps much longer as raw grain. That's how they do it in real life too. In the modern day, I mean.
Next to it, we have the blacksmith. Yep, I don't have anything else to say.
This is a nice simple one, yeah. It's hard to go wrong with a blacksmith.
Yes. We got the blacksmith sleeping quarters and a balcony up here.
Ooh. Schnazzy digs.
Yes. Very fancy.
Yeah. I also, back here, I want to point out, this is actually kind of interesting. They used tripwire hooks to hang laundry.
Ah. That's interesting.
It's odd. It's odd, but it is kind of interesting because the the laundry has a rope on it, on the texture. I have to wonder if that's a recent change.
I think it might have been.
Or
because,
relatively speaking, recent.
Yeah. Like, I know we're updating some of the textures of our texture packs, so a lot of things will change.
Well, this build was before wheels.
Yes. Very chunky. You know, this could probably go off-road.
We rolling on Flintstones wheels now.
Yeah. That's an off-road wagon. Just based on the size of the
4x4.
Yes.
Grand Cherokee.
So we got
I wonder what these are for.
I think they might be either, like, I want to say either a pig pen or, like, something for, like, if they're going to put horseshoes on horses, and this is where they keep horses.
Maybe. Yeah, could be.
Yes.
It's also possibly for mules, donkeys, oxen, like working.
Oh, beast of burden. And here we are with the sept.
With the ostensibly 9 idols, but if you look closely, you'll see that these 2 idols are actually parts of the door. They're just designed the exact same, which is an unfortunate coincidence.
Yeah, I don't think that was a coincidence. I think it might have just been the blocks they had available at the time.
Agreed.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I also think the sept crystal, all things considered, is strange because I do know for a fact that they had actual sept crystal blocks, but that's probably just a builder's choice thing. The sept is lacking windows to actually light up the crystal, so maybe they put the rainbow there as an alternative.
It's possible. We may never know.
Maybe. Depending on who built this.
Here we got another small vegetable garden. Your favorite.
Yes, I love these. I love tiny, irregular gardens.
Well, at
that
least
exist in weird places for weird reasons.
Well, at least this isn't as disorderly as the one at Acorn Hall.
True. Yes. This is at least like, relatively speaking, regular plots.
Now, I mean, that's pretty much everything in the only ward. So why don't we go inside the castle?
Sure thing. Let's go inside the keep.
Yes.
That's another thing. This castle is somewhat constructed in a strange way. It doesn't really have a conventional keep like you would expect of an English castle. You've got a large central structure that is hall and keep and extensions all in one. It doesn't take the typical form of a keep. Now this is interesting. This is the piston extension that we were looking at earlier.
Yes.
So they just used a piston.
I think it might have been the detail on the piston. They might have wanted that.
Maybe, yes. Yeah, that could have been it.
I would also like to point out, we have a window, and it's blocked by the Godswood.
Tree.
Yes.
Hello, yes, I am Lord Derry. I am dead. All of the Darrys are dead, I feel to point out.
Oh, yes.
They get wiped out by Gregor Clegane.
At least through the male line. Like, there are a lot of female
Yes,
Darrys.
There are a lot of female Darrys, but that means that the Derry is effectively dead.
Yes.
So let's this takes us out back to the Godswood.
Yes. Here we have the kitchen. We got some really burned bread over here.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks like a very, very well seasoned brisket.
Oh, true. It also looks like that. I mean, you do know your steaks.
Yes, I am a steak connoisseur. If that sounded less pretentious, anyway. That sounds incredibly pretentious, so you're just gonna forget I said that.
Yes. Let's go down.
What do we have down here?
It's the cellars. Got some interesting stuff. Yeah.
That's for sure.
Oh.
Right?
Oh, look up.
I did. I saw that immediately.
Yes.
Some interesting vaulting to support the couple tons of stone above us. Couple dozen tons of stone above us. I'm sure that's structurally sound. I'm sure that's up to code.
Yes. Got some wine, and over here...
I think this is the time before barrels could be put on their side, is why these are logs.
Probably. If we look in here, let's forget what we saw in there. Yes, we don't tell Robert. Yeah.
Yeah,
these ones.
Well, Robert's already kicked the bucket, so it's fine. It's interesting. They held to that canon, but there's a lot of other canon about the castle that they did not.
Well, I think
namely
because...
circumstances around the like stature and stuff.
Well, didn't because like don't we have a Jaime who goes to Derry in what was it, dance?
No, A Feast for Crows.
Oh, a feast.
Jaime Lannister visits Derry as part of his trip to make sure that the Riverlands is properly subdued.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot of the majority of our info on Derry comes from Jaime Lannister and Tyrion Lannister, because Tyrion is actually the one who we don't see him in Derry, but we hear from one of his POVs, I believe, about the Targaryen banners.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think... When did that book come out? Like...
Feast or Dance?
Feast.
I believe 2011.
Ah, okay. So that would have been out long before this castle was built. Speaking of,
yes,
we are...
Quite.
Yeah, we are in the living spaces now for the Darrys.
Yes, it's a slightly modern layout. It's a bit strange. They've got the landing here from the tower, which takes up an entire floor of the biggest tower in the building, which is a bit odd. But you come through here, and honestly, the bedrooms are something that I kind of like. Like, with what they had, they made some pretty interesting stuff going on here, right?
Yes.
The dormered window with the table, or with the writing desk and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't talk about the leaves growing in the roof.
Yes.
In here, I believe, is probably Raymond Derry's quarters, if I had to wildly guess, because of the writing implements and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Though I'm not entirely sure. It might be one of the girls.
Possibly. But aren't they married?
Well, Amaray Frey is Amaray Frey? Yes, it is. It is Amaray Frey. Amaray Frey is a Derry through the female line who married a Frey. Merritt, I believe. Merritt Frey.
Yes, Merritt Frey.
Yeah. So Amaray is the daughter of Merritt, and she is the eldest eligible Derry in line to claim the castle for House Lannister. So she's married to Lancel Lannister, as part of a bid to gain control of the fief.
Yes, but Lancel dissolves the marriage before it's consummated.
And joins the faith, joins the refounded faith
Sparrows.
militant.
Yeah.
Yeah. So up here, I believe this is just simple storage.
Yeah. Or just a sitting room. Because I believe this is Lord Darry's chambers. Like, you can tell from the bed right here and the lovely grapevines growing on the...
they got a bit of a moss problem.
Yes. I think it's
Inside,
because of
a bit
these
moist.
these lattices over here.
Possibly. I do believe that, I believe we spoke about this before we started filming. You suggested that it was because they didn't have a lot of options for decoration when this was built, so they made do with what they had.
Yes. I mean, honestly, not bad. But by server standards, we don't really do that kind of thing anymore, especially for smaller castles. Here we got servants and some storage. And I want to say this is another... this has to be his heir.
I believe so. So this would actually be Raymond's room. Come to think of it. Because Raymond is the heir to Derry. He never actually does gain the title of Lord Derry because he dies in the same battle as his father. So Raymond's son becomes heir. Or, sorry, Raymond's son becomes the next Lord of Derry, effective immediately, skipping Raymond.
Okay, on this floor, we have the solar. Is that what we agreed on? Like, this is the solar?
Yes, yeah. This is kind of the two rooms that make up the solar together. Now, the solar is kind of misrepresented here in that this has been built directly as an office, whereas the solar was more often than not a large, bright, airy, multi-purpose room. In the medieval times is what it was used for. In smaller households, that is to say smaller even than this castle, you would have eating, sometimes even some sleeping in the solar. In larger castles, the solar essentially fulfills the purpose of what a bedroom does today when combined with a bedchamber. So the bedchamber in medieval life is mostly for sleeping, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then the solar is where you do basically all the other stuff. It's for privacy, relaxation, reading, working on like hobbies and stuff like that. That's kind of the purpose of a solar in an expansive household as a general gist.
But, I mean, while that is nice, they did turn this into an office.
Yes, well, it was a very common practice in early WesteroScraft, so you get used to it. And it's not like it looks bad, it's just a bit modern.
Yes. Got some more sitting areas here, and this chamber is the maesters and the rookery.
The rookery.
Yes.
Yeah, the rookery and then the maester alongside. A bit of a lack of books for a man of learning.
Interesting.
There were books downstairs, although those are probably ledgers for Derry.
Possibly.
And then we head up to the top floor.
Yes. The Great Bell of Derry. I just made that name up. I think this is just a regular bell.
I know. It's just a bell. It's just chunky because of the limitations.
True. I mean, we have some really interesting bell designs these days.
Oh yeah. Some crazy stuff.
Yes. But yeah, like that's pretty much all of Derry. And with that wraps up the progress for the Riverlands. So
all right.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you're going to join for the start of the Vale progress, but that's where
can do
we are
some.
going next. So join us next
Sick.
week. Actually, before I say that, 2 things. 1, leave what castles you want to see in the Vale in the comments. And 2, we are going to be having like some kind of community event. That's what I'm calling it. I'm still working on the arenas, but we are going to have something next week in honor of Thanksgiving. So it will be a nice event. So please join and participate in it. We'll have a lot of games going on. I will say that it's going to be fun. But yeah, join us next week for the start of our progress through the Vale, and we'll see what castles you all want to visit, and I'll make another poll. We'll see which one you all want to visit first. But yes, until then, I hope you liked the video, and we'll see you next time. I am Chris the Gardener, and I will see you in the next video. I know I said that twice, but yes. Bye-bye.
All right. See y'all later.